blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
That bell is the business. I don't know how y'all feel about that bell, but that bell be like, ring. Okay. Hey. I am Melikia K, Courtney. What's going on with you? Lady Molotov in the poetry streets, and every Tuesday night I do my best to be in the chair, regardless of where I am in the country or out of the country, to sit myself still with you guys for an hour to help with your personal development. We're going to start this podcast in the manner in which we start all podcasts. So that is gratitude. Thank you to Sunshine Cromwell, who was talking about my back, talking about me, and saying good things. I thank you, sis, for being wonderful and introducing me to Blast Music 247, who is also where I stream live through. So yes, you get it on Melikia K, Courtney. Definitely subscribe. And then you also get it with blastmusic247.com. You do want to go over to blastmusic247.com and subscribe to reasons. One, if you are an artist and you'd like to have your wonderful, wonderful work shared video form, right on a podcast just like mine, get on over there, handle that. And then part two, as a fan, you can go and enjoy all of the wonderful things that are submitted. I will share this as soon as I find it. Bam. And that's just a quick screenshot. Put it to the side browser, because you got to pay attention to the podcast right now, but definitely get it done. Okay, cool. I wanted to share that. And this to add to the great gratitude I am grateful for today. And I have to giggle because that reminds me, I used to have my children, like literally, thank you for today, because this is the day we get, regardless of what came along with it. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So in between cuss and I pray. How about that? Okay. Let's get to this work. Today's topic: one time, one thing at a time. I'll let that sit with you for a second because it's kind of tongue twisty. One time, one thing at a time. Are you guilty of the multis? You multitask. Though people will swear up and down you cannot multitask. I don't know about that, because your mind can be 13 other places while your hands are doing something. And your hands can be doing something and the mind could be on pause, autopiloted. Okay, so there's some argument to be had. However, are you able to hold on to one thing and complete that thing? Or when it comes to creating, are you able to sit, create, and then put your hands on what you created and work that thing through? Are you able to? That is an honest question. And I ask you to kind of sit in yourself and answer it for my ADHD peoples. Hey, us, and my high achievers and overachievers and the multi-passionates. Is it that you got 13 projects that you're working on literally right now? This is why we are having this conversation now in November. Can y'all believe it's freaking November? 2025 is almost done. This has been a roller coaster ride of a year for so many reasons. Are you and have you been able to focus on your tasks and get things done this year? Hey, what's going on, y'all? You showed that on stage. Hola. So when I go sit and enjoy later, I can see these things. Okay, because sometimes those letters are so small. It is my question. I wonder, are you able to say that January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, and September, October too, that you were able to set goals, that you were able to accomplish those goals, and that you also took time to celebrate your accomplishments, can you say those things? Is that the case? I'm hoping that it is. And I would even push it further and say everything that you touched, all the things that you set out to do, were you able to accomplish them all to date as far as it's supposed to be concerned as November? Okay, cool. Let's go back into it. I figured that it might be a good time to talk about the 4 key things that are like contrary to focus. The 4 key things that get on your last nerve and in a way of you really creating goals, accomplishing goals. And there's also the challenge that I didn't add. That could be number 5. I just didn't add it. So we'll give you a bonus now. Sometimes it is that you do not know how to set goals, that your ambition hit a 0 point and you did not have the guidance or ability or tools to pick that bad boy up and put it back on track. If that is the case, we could talk about that another time. Just remind me. Let's get into this. I find that one of the top things that when I'm working with clients, good God, it is when we first began, sometimes it's like bagging cats or herding cats, however it goes when it comes to their thoughts and the skills and the passions that are looming, and then some of the things that they feel that they're supposed to do. Like that conversation is so heavy in the mind. Okay, it equates to a mental clutter. A mental clutter. You got too many main things that you are focused on, that you are working on, and you may not have the bandwidth or capacity to do that. So this is my warning number 1. The warning number 1, even call it a caution if you would like. My first caution that I would offer you is beware of mental clutter. That mental clutter, I think I'll do 2 at once, because the mental clutter sometimes is tied into the emotional clutter. We'll take time and dig into that too. Well, maybe we'll just do it together. Let's see how it works. When it comes to the mental clutter, it is that you understand purpose. You may even understand legacy. You understand the do, and you are about the doing. Your calendar is packed, and when you take time and examine what you've packed it with, when you take time and examine the work that you've set before you, what you are finding is it does not point towards your ultimate goals. It is not benefiting you. It is not feeding you. It is only detracting. That mental clutter. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, someone's calling. Oh, let me respond to this. It is that press and that push and that movement. And how it ties in emotionally, a lot of the times, is the triggers emotionally, the feeling of guilt if you don't show up for somebody, the feeling of worry that if you don't do it, it won't get done well or in the way that you think it ought to be done. It gets to ticking and playing in your emotions. You're tired, you disregarded, you get to points of anger, and you're blowing up on people. Okay, so the mental clutter and the emotional static, literally, it is like that's the best way I can describe it. It's like static, because sometimes it's sitting there very, very quietly. It is not bothering you. It is just present like white noise in the background. But then when you press into it, baby, you got monumental things going on. There's a super, super, super movement in your being, in your spirit, in your thinking. You can't. It's overwhelmed. Okay, so when it comes to that one time, that one thing, the one thing at a time, what can you do to clear some of that mental clutter? Because I would be remiss if I sit there and tell you about the problem and I'll give you some solutions so we get to that. So even right now, I would ask you, what are some of your mental clutters? What is some of the stuff that's keeping you company? I think about Erykah Badu's song, "Bag Lady, Don't Hurt Your Bag." Dragging all those bags like that, right? So what are your mental bags? What are you holding on to mentally? Possibly it is a victory, something wonderful that occurred that you accomplished, and that you are so pleased about, and you just continue to rehearse it, replay it. That ties into your emotional stack too. And because you want to feel it again, you want to experience it again, instead of enjoying it completely, letting that be complete in you and making room for the next wonderful thing. Sometimes it is that. Sometimes it is the failure. And the failure is keeping you so company. It is replaying in your mind. You're trying to figure out every hole in it. It is the chatter. And for those who move in spirit, you may even have the spiritual chatter, that them extra noises, and we'll just call it like that, okay? The inner talk where you are not being the kindest to yourself. The ancestral speak or parental speak of negative things that was spoken over you and to you that you assumed made a part of you and your belongings, recorded it, and now you just press play. Pop. Again, mental chatter, mental clutter, emotional static. Those things are the detractors from you achieving your one thing at a time. Okay? It is important, as this is a must say, it is important for you to process your events, whether they are traumatic or just very notable events. Yes, you do sit with that and process it, but you know what it should not be? It should not be a daily occurrence, darling. If it is a daily occurrence and you are years down the road, and we're not talking about sitting in the seat of therapy, we're not talking about sitting with a life coach like myself, we're not talking about sitting with a trained listener, but you just got this going on in your head and it's keeping you company. Guess what time it is? It is time to get you that trained listener. It is time for you to get that therapist. It is time for you to sit on that comfy couch. It is time for you to get a life coach. It is time for you to work through that issue so that you can clear that mental clutter. And I'm telling you, my mind is like moving and the spirit is moving too, and I'm hearing. So this is to be said. You do not get to sit and be spoon-fed. You do not get to do that. You get to move. And I'm translating images to words. So work with me. You get to move on the invitation. And I'm not saying just the invitation for me. Yes, you move on that as well, but you move on the invitation of spirit to address. How do you know when spirit is bringing something to you? It comes at some of the most inopportune times sometimes, and then sometimes it is just right on perfect time. And it allows you a moment to look. You'll get the full flash of what occurred. You'll get the sense. You'll get that moment in time, that one time. Remember that one time when? That's an invitation for you to sit down and proactively get on the job of you. You are in charge of you. If you are an adult, you are 100% in charge of you. You are in charge of your actions, your behaviors, your belongings, your locations, and your haves, your bees, your do's. You're 100% in charge of that. Nobody else. Happiness too. Had the conversation earlier. Definitely dropping it now. Your happiness and your love, you are 100% in charge of that. What does that mean? It means that you are, and your earnings, if I didn't say that, you are responsible for the forward you experience. You are responsible for the sideways you experience. You're responsible for the backwards you experience. Okay, all this ties into dealing with your mental clutter and your emotional static. It is for you to take time and understand the things you've been through. Write it out. Write it out. Write it out. Write it out. Get that out of you. That is one layer of expelling things that are sitting with you and in your body, and making lodging and making sickness and making tightness and making extra things that don't need to be. That is one way of expelling that from your body. Sit your tail down and write out what happened. Like for real, in your view. And then here's the truth. You don't have to include anyone else's view when you make that first pass, just all you, the way you see it, the way you felt it, the way you believe it occurred. And then I encourage you to sit with the spirit, sovereign divine God, and get another account. What does that mean? It means it's time to adjust your perspective. It's time to add a layer of understanding. what occurred, why it occurred. Sometimes you will find there are no freaking answers to every last one of the questions that you have. Sometimes you will find that if you are holding out for an apology, baby, it may never come. It may never come, and you will find a way to deal with that if that time comes too. Okay, one time, remember that one time? Here you go. The fast forward. That is one way to expel that. That is one way to clear out some of that mental clutter and that emotional static. A secondary way to handle that, to address it, is to have the conversations you need to have. If you are sitting on some conversations and it is really disrupting your mentals, let me give you the picture. You are stressed. You don't want to answer the phone. You avoid notifications. Sometimes you don't want to get up of the bed. You don't want to go out of the side. You don't want to get into the shower waters and wash your body. It is affecting you. Then, darling, it's time for you to have some conversations. Hey, conversations. And here is a thread of hope. Even if those people are long gone, not in the earth, do you understand that what dies? Spirit don't die. That body is released. The spirit is still very much alive and present. Have your conversations. Is it that you gonna get a response? I'm not saying that unless you offer into something else. I ain't into that. But it is as therapeutic to have a conversation. And if that means you get someone to stand in proxy, someone that you can physically hold hands with or look into their eyes and speak, and you can give those people even a script and say, hey, listen, all I need you to repeat back to me is I'm sorry. You know, move through whatever exercise you need to create so that you are able to make space. Make space. There's nothing like having a mental clarity. There's nothing like having an emotional balance, okay? Some folks don't like the B word, the balance word. I don't give a rat's crack because we need balance. We need alignment, if you need another word. And handling those issues can help you do just that. Here's another one. Choose. Make a decision, a selection. Choose your one thing. Your one thing that you intend to focus on for maybe the next 3 months. And you're going to work that thing and work that thing and work that thing and give it the time that it needs to grow. A few episodes back, I'm almost sure. I won't even call a number. I'll just say go binge. There's 81 episodes as of today. Go back and binge SXP MetaMorphosis 365. That's this growth podcast. Talked about seed and the time that it takes to plant it and the time of watering and the time of growing. You cannot harvest what you haven't seeded, darling. Get it? Yeah. Okay, back to the point. So, mental clutter, emotional static. That is yet another way to expel those layers and give yourself more freedom, more peace of mind, and alignment and balance when it comes to your emotions. A lot of folks are running wild with emotional intelligence. I think that is wonderful. I think that is a wonderful way to term it. And at the same time, there are a group of people who may feel like repelled by that terminology. So I will simply say just your emotions. Your emotions have been with you. It's nothing to be afraid of. Being more mindful, in touch with, and able to communicate your emotions. If you're not a fan of the emotional intelligence comment, there you go. It's wonderful to do. So in the same sense of the seeding and the watering and the growing, there is the practice of meditation. Did you think I was going to go a show without mentioning it? Tricked you. Meditations. I love saying it 3 times because hopefully it's sinking in. I encourage you to go grab the book, Master Key System by Charles Haanel. I'm going to throw some other names out there. If you're just in the mood to grow and to taste some things and to learn, Neville Goddard, Bob Proctor, Wayne Dyer, let's go. Lisa Nichols, can we go? Go find those minds that inspire you. And here's another layer of contrast. Find those people who are passionate about what you're passionate about and successful at it. It is wonderful to crack the spine of a book. It is wonderful to press play on YouTube, and learn how to make room, how to quell the noise in your mind, how to bring peace back to your body. This is truly the conversation that we're having. We're approaching it from the doorway of one time, one thing at a time. Same time, it's the same story. It is the same conversation. So where do you find that you need the most attention? Is it in the area of mental clutter? Or is it in the area of the emotional static? That is a question I cannot answer for you. That's one that you will really need to sit with yourself and do as instructed. Inventory. Well, I don't have time. The hell you don't. Yes, you do. This is the thing that you make time for, because if you don't make time for your emotional health, for your mental health, guess what it's going to do for you? It will make time for you, and it will completely be inopportune, and you won't appreciate it. So do it on your own volition. Like we spoke earlier, it is your responsibility to pursue the things that you would have remain with you, pursue them in maintenance or attainment. All right, so this is your job. Ta-da. Happy at it. And I fully believe that everyone listening can do that. I believe in you. I believe in the design. I know Sovereign Divine was on it in the designing of us and God in us. This we can do. So I hope you feel empowered and you understand that this is something that you can do. Don't be afraid. If it is that you need a hand holder, I'm right here. My hand is raised. I can hold your hand and walk you through the process as your guide, as your coach, or as your strategic partner. Let me know what you need. There are two other points that I do want to touch on, but I'd like to push back for a second. I'm going to go ahead and handle these station announcement thingies, and then we're going to take care of the last two after. And I'll give you a hint. Distraction. What's her name? I can see her beautiful face, Stacy. And she would say, action. Well, actually, that might be Michael. Action despite the distraction. That might be Michael V. Roberts' quote. So, a moment, please. Let me go ahead and get these announcements out of the way and station stuffs. Let me find it. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, when I encouraged you to go follow Blast Media 247 and sign up as an artist, one of the reasons you like to do that is because I can do this for you, and not just me. Everyone who's running podcasts has an opportunity to share your excellence.
As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Now, look in the mirror, tell me what you see. See. You don't see me like I see me. You don't see me like I see me. Nah. You don't see me like I see me. A black guy, a black queen. You don't see me like I see me. You don't see me like I see me. Nah. But I see you like I see me. You're a black guy, a black queen. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. I mean, do you really see a hoe? Society calls you bitch, but you are not a dog. It's the other way around, baby girl. You are a god. I know you probably never heard of this, so I suggest you take a hold of this. Yeah, it's some people on this boat just poking holes in it, but we gon' patch it up anyway and just float on it. People say we don't reflect God, but we the co-creators with God. So if somebody got a problem, then that's their problem. Shit. They need to take that up with God, cause we've been here since the beginning. Team black girl, yeah, we winning, but we gotta stop with the division. Where light is right and black is whack, that's superstition. Cause Willie lynched us regardless of the difference, but we don't get it. A reflection of you, yeah, a reflection of me. We're a reflection of God. Inside us is the key. We hold the secrets of the universe, produce the universal kings. We produced Martin with the dream. We produced Elijah, Kareem, and we produced Farrakhan on the scene, yeah. But you don't see me like I see me. But you don't see me like I see me, nah. You don't see me like I see me. A black god, a black queen. But I see you like I see me. But I still see you like I see me, yeah. I see you like I see me, yeah. A black god, a black queen. A black god, a black queen. Black god, a black queen. You don't see me like I see me. A black god, a black queen. A black god, a black queen. A black god, a black queen. But I see you like I see me. Royalty. Look in the mirror, tell me what you see. Do you really see a nigga? Do you really see a thug? Do you see a drug dealer? Do you really see a savage or a beast or a killer? Well, I don't. I know you've got a lot to carry, a wide load. They changed your name from Kuta Kinte into John Doe. You say your eyes is wide open, but your mind closed. Cause you don't think that you a god. But I know that you got more to offer than what shows. Your dirt's been exposed, but we gotta dig deep to find gold. To find gems, to find gold, that's what you are. Ain't nobody gotta tell you you a star. That's why you want the finer things, the gold chains and the diamond rings. Cause the king deserve it all, no LeBron. You're a reflection of me, a reflection of you. We're a reflection of God. Inside us is the truth. You are the creator of the universe, the sun, the stars, and the moon. Anything you think you can do. Don't you know your mind is a womb? Your thoughts can give birth to something new. But you don't see you like you should see. You don't see you like you should see, no. You don't see you like you should see. You're a black god, a black king. But I see you like you should see. But I still see you like you should see, yeah. I see you like you should see. You're a black god, a black king. Black god, a black king. Black god, a black king. But you don't see you like you should see. You're a black god, a black king. A black god, a black king. A black god, a black king. But I see you like you should see. You're royalty.
HC1 with reflections. To my writer, my active writer that's writing right now, news at 11. Repent. Okay. On that note, stop. We're getting back into our conversation, but you see what I'm saying. Go ahead and get your videos submitted so that you too can be on these podcasts and many podcasts like it. All right, back to the hustle. So we talked about the mental clutter and having too many main things, and this is not a get out of responsibility free pass. This ain't that. This is not a get out of your job and your work and the stress thereof pass. This is not that, but this is a moment of calling you to focus and to begin using a single task objective. When I'm working on this task, I'm going to work on this task. I love time blocking. Can I say I love time blocking? It is one of the most effective things that I've ever used as a tool, because I sit my tushy in a spot or stand or whatever it is that I'm doing and commit to that task. And generally it is a task that I can complete within the time that I've blocked out, or at least advance it toward the milestone. Yeah, some of my tasks and events and goals and impact projects, we got milestones. Why do you need the goal? So you know the way you had it. You know what you're aiming for. Why do you need the milestones? So that you can measure if you're getting there. Mental clutter, emotional static. Find a way. How do you find this way? You build that way. You practice the single task, the one thing. For us who are older and have had, we've cycled through some careers, we've cycled through some understandings and some behaviors, some circumstances. For us, we can see a lot clearer than my younger folks who listen in, and I get it. So put it to practice and tell the young people around you, teach it to them too, so that they don't struggle as hard or as long as we did to get to our points of focus. Because this is a focused conversation, all right? So be helpful. Once you learn it, be helpful, please. All right. It is for you to decide, because that's what it boils down to. It's your choice, your decision. You decide what is your main thing. Are you a writer? Then that is your main thing. Are you a poet, a singer, a podcaster, a content creator? What's your main thing? I would say that at least 70% of your activity, 70 to 80, if I'm honest about it, is literally going to be about your main thing. You're going to eat, drink, sleep, write, sing, play, create, post. You're going to handle your business in that fashion. That is your one thing. Your goals are going to, you'll see it popping up again and again and again. You're focused. You're focused on your main thing. When it is that you have 7 main things and you're a team of 1, you are overwhelmed. Dollars to donuts, can't convince me different. Now, I am aware of this wonderful, the advent of the AI. It's a very helpful tool. At the same time, some things you're going to be able to set up and just let it go and keep it moving. But at some point, you'll need assistance. Darling, can you do the first things first? Darling, can you figure out what your main things are? Darling, can you preserve some energy, some mental clutter? Give her some of that, some mental clarity. You want to preserve that. You want to preserve your emotional alignment. Can you preserve some peace by defining what your main thing is? Because that's what it's going to help you do when you do that. Let's move on to the third one. I sang the song for you before break. Distraction, 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 distraction. Guess what? That is number 3 on the top 4 killers of focus. Mental clutter 1, emotional static, all that noise up in your head that you carry in your heart. And dang on it, if distraction don't come with the bat. Distraction comes with the bat. How many times have you lost focus in this short time that we were together? How many things have you been doing outside of focusing or taking notes? Okay. Perfect example. Let's take it to work. How many times are you distracted and on the clock doing something completely unrelated to that clock? How many times are we creating and has 7 more things come to mind? Oh, shiny squirrel. Let me do that right quick. Ooh, let me capture it. And I'm okay with the moments when you have a thought. Write your little note and you get back to your task. I get it. I ain't tripping on that. I'm not harping or harassing. What I am saying is sometimes one distraction leads to another. Oh, someone sent me a message on Facebook and you there for the next hour. On Instagram, you there for the next 2 hours. On X, on True Social. I got people that listen from all over the place. And you're there for the next 2-3 hours doing the consuming. That's a polite way to say it. Not producing, though. Not producing. Just consuming. And that's fine for a time when it is time to do that. But what about your productivity? What about your goals? What about the things that are important to you, that are your main things, especially the things that put coins in your pocket? What about those things? Are you handling your business? I get the dopamine hits that folks get when they go and enjoy something. They find something that makes them laugh, maybe lifts a spirit. Because, yeah, folks are going through some hell right now, and I understand that. At the same time, okay, a little bit. Another place where people get laced up when it comes to distractions is comparison. Comparing yourself to someone else's progress who has not your life, your story, your struggle, your pocketbook. That is a trap. I think that's probably the simplest way to say it. Please do not make the mistake of getting lost in comparison. All right, here's a safe way to compare. You 2 years ago to you right now. That is a fair way to measure and to compare. You are your only competition. You are your only competition. Get that in your head. You are your only competition. Beat the you that was 2 years ago. Excel, exceed, expand, grow, enrich from that person to this. All right. We have a whole 2026 on our heels. Next year is coming quickly. And I'm very excited about 2026. I hope you are too. What's on your calendar? What goals are out before you? What are you speaking out for you? What are you speaking out into life that you can live into? What's on your agenda? And having that wonderful agenda, what are you doing to clear mentally, to clear emotionally, to clear spiritually? We didn't even have that in today's notes for today, y'all, but I'm going to throw it out there. What are you doing to clear and to clean? Back to the distractions. Them dang on notifications. Oh my ever God. When I am working, especially when I'm writing, guess who's turning off the notifications? Me. Podcast, guess what the notifications are doing? Nothing, because I turned the bad boys off so that I could focus and pay attention and be here with you and pour into you wholly, and not through distraction lenses, not through, oh, let me get 14 things done while I'm doing this. Nah. And had I trained myself prior to get 7 things done while I'm doing one? Yes, sure did. That was a demand that I allowed life, and that I crafted for me to live into. And then I crafted peace for me to live into, because ain't nobody doing all that. And part of the reason why, let's talk about the sleep. Wasn't even in the notes, but you guys need to know this too. Your sleep, you need a healthy amount of sleep, and your body will tell you what that is. Some folks I know, when I was definitely one of them for a season, I could not do more than 4 hours because it made me feel like I felt drained of life and energy and creativity. If I slept more than 4 hours, it was weird. And then I've had times of 6 hours, and I've had times of 8 hours. You learn your body if you don't know it, and understand the sleep cycle you need and move on that. Yes, I understand people got studies and doctors say this, but baby, doctors say a lot of things and studies say a lot of things. You get to know your body, also your energy. Your sleep being disrupted and denied, or your dehydration that comes into place when that happens, your energy is at stake. And if you understand life, then you understand that your energy is key. If you locale on your energy, what are you able to spark? What fire can you honestly create? Or what motion can you really generate if your energy is not present to support your decision? If you've diverted all your energy into mental clutter, into emotional static, into the distractions, then you already a misaligned purpose. Like literally, your purpose is often over there somewhere. You are not aligned, and you cannot get back into that vibration, into your unification of self and that spirit. Your alignment is out the window when you're not handling those things. And it is not an indictment. It is a sisterly warning. That red light flashing warning. You might be about to crash. So consider where you are. Take your inventory, and this is not, again, it's no condemnation here. There is no indictment. It is just a moment to pause, a healthy moment where you can pause of your own volition, of your own choosing this moment to look at where you are and to point out where you want to be and create a path. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. It is time for you to create your straight line. For those of us who ring around the rosy sometime, okay, knock yourself out. But you might need a straight line. You might need a straight line. Okay, pumpkins. This is that reminder. Let's talk about that misaligned purpose. It is when you're moving in the passionless. I think that's the safest way to say it. When you're moving in passionless things, you are going through the motions. Now, you don't sit there and told yourself, this is my purpose, right? Because we get to choose what our purpose is. We get to choose where we put our energy, our time, and our focus, our one time, our one thing at a time. We get to choose. what we do. All right, boom, you done made your choices. Does your daily living reflect those choices? Again, does your daily living reflect the choices that you made and the things that you said, or your purpose and your purposeful works? Are you playing in your purpose? When you're in the misaligned purpose, you're dealing with stuff that it don't even turn you on. It does not spark a light off in you. It is like, I gotta do this because I'm committed to doing it, but you have no joy. And the folks that you're doing it for, they ain't getting it. They're definitely not getting 100% of you. They're not getting to taste of your beautiful energy. They're not getting to drink deeply from your cup of purpose because you're misaligned. That is number 4 on your killers. That's a focus killer. That is a focus killer. To live a life where you are just humdrumming it, where ain't a passion about you, where the Lord ain't getting no kind of glory from you, where ain't no happiness creeping up on you. There's no surprise, and it stank, and it may even stink. How about that? So be aware of those 4 killers of focus, because they steal the you from you and from everybody that needs you. Don't get run down on like that. 1, that mental clutter. Please, please, please clean up. Take time. I already gave you keys on how to do it. I'm not kidding. Go back and press play. Watch it again if you need to. Hear it again. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. You get to press play quietly and as many times as you need to. 2, emotional static. Deal with your emotions. It is not well to have them things bound up in your body. I gave you ways to expel some of that in layers. And then some of those layers, you flat out just need to get you a person, a human who is qualified and trained to help you draw it out. Draw it out. Or, and I will say it like this, there are some of us who can move in spirit and get that cleaned out and off. So if you are able to do that, I remind you and I call you back to yourself, go do that. 3, the distraction, and it is an addiction. It is an addiction to distraction. It is that you are using distraction like a drug to help you evade and avoid your purpose. And why would you do a thing like that? Maybe because you're scared of you. Maybe you're afraid of greatness. Maybe you're afraid to have what you say you want. Because then what? I don't know. You got to answer that for yourself. And then number 4, the misaligned purpose. I think it is awful. So I've sat with some of my elder folks. Before they went on about this body even, and had conversations, and thank God for some of those conversations, because we were able to put some meat on the table, so to speak, and help them focus in on their purpose before they left this earth body. It would be awful for you to get to the end of your days and to have not fought for your mental clarity, to have not put forth the effort to tend to your emotions, to even understand what they are. Do you have language for your emotions? Can you find and define when you're feeling sad, when depression has crept up on you and dragging you off and over there? Can you speak your joy? Do you understand when you're experiencing elation? Do you give yourself that? Have you been practicing you're happy? Okay, do you have that about you? And then moving into the distractions, is it simpler to just not? Life came around, like I was sharing earlier today, did a live. I really believe that life is Mike Tyson's trainer. It hits and it hits and it hits hard. Fine. Okay, fine. But guess what? It is not to take you out or take you down. It literally is to build you back up. It is to build you back up, build a stronger you, and you got this. You got this. Okie dokie. I have given you all 4. And I got it done in just about 45 minutes. And I figured I would get it done in about 45 minutes because this is a brief conversation. Mental clutter, emotional static, distractions, addiction, and then the misalignment of purpose. Okay, so You have the 4 key killers of focus. We're going to focus on our one thing at a time. Pick it for yourself. I can't do that for you. You decide what that is. You decide what your purpose is. You decide how to move forward. You decide your milestones along the way. You decide what that goal looks like. And here's my favorite part of reaching goals: the celebration. I love the journey. I am all about that journey. It is a wonderful thing to be on and to have, right? Okay, same time. Celebrate your accomplishments. Celebrate. Give you time to, and again, we're practicing happy. Practice your happy. Have some celebration over your efforts. It is good to achieve. It is wonderful to be in balance. It feels so good to be in a state of happy, and a state of gratitude, and a state of contentment. These are wonderful things to experience, and I wish that every experience concerning you. I hope that you fully go after the balance and alignment. I hope that you fully go after all that belongs to you. Every bit of joy or sadness or adventure. I'm that human. I like the adventures. Get that. Get that. It belongs to you. Like, if you say it belongs to you, and if you're willing to do the work and possess what belongs to you, happy have at it. All right, I am complete. To satisfy the royalty, I am going to share one of my personal videos. I am Lady Molotov in the poetry streets and recording artist. It still feels kind of fun to say that part. I'm going to share this, and then we're going to scoot up out of here together. That's called The Wrong One. There we go.
He loved her while grabbing her body to pull her into loving arms. He loves her while grabbing the headboard. He loved her while choking her gently till the lights went out. No words, no doubt of passive insensitivities. Loved her safest in his mind when she was on her knees, or him flat on his back, staring dreamily into eyes. Got the feeling that she danced lively in a world full of danger. Stranger the happenings, the more captivating. His thick hair and comely bulges caused her budget to decrease. Steadily efforts paid to please him, paycheck his being back together. Prayer, positive words, and whatever alabaster box that bastarded-hearted curmudgeon called for or demanded. Silently bewitching pulls, wormholes she laced her tongue through. Unknown galaxies awaited, worm on the hook, she baited him with clarity. Oceanic love, skydiving insanity, plunging to her need. His strong arms kept her as she bleed to death. Without him, there's no man left on earth. Amazonian crown, king, queen, royalty, she bowed her head. Crowns rolling off down Brown's legs like meatballs from atop spaghetti. Heavy is the crown. Water, I'm so thirsty now. Help me, she tried to scream out. Only thing is, that's exactly what he was doing. Healing her from life. Bewildered, suffocating all the knots, it's not what you think. He only sought to return her life to ink. Rewrite. And maybe next time she'd get it right. Or perhaps not. In body and out, they've been each other's operator. I need a way out for one another. Not just acquainted breaths, but been friend, mother, sister, lover, wife. Elemental air, broken bread, saline love of my life. catalyst, antagonist, and prime. Singuloid that one mind. Yeah, this time, she loved him without grip. She loved him as the stingers pierced daily in and out of her. Allergy, world blurry, and she couldn't see. She loved him through hot to cold, black mold, sweaty walls, tongue to left and to right, mirrors to souls of soul, dangling disco balls of flashes, lifetimes hanging walls of memories. Did I find him, or did he find me? Conspiracy, focus synchronicities to ensure love was rubbed like that wood stump of a famous tree. It's showtime. Legs already broken, so she can't stand. He's already guilty by the placement of his hands, fingerprinted reminders all over her body, toes to thumb. She inhaled her last breath, tears rolling down, and he comes. Pleasure, pure agony. He rapid to enter, 3 strokes and he's centered. She's gone from this realm, and he's going with her.
Okay. So we have satisfied the rioter, and we've had our conversation for the night. It is that. I feel pretty complete. I wonder what you guys are up to, and are you out in the world being great? I would love to hear about it. Feel free to email me at lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. Life is sanctuary, the letters X as in X-ray, P as in Paul, @gmail.com. If it is that you are looking for a life coach, someone to sit with you and help create a strategy to help you understand the importance and how to create those goals and the milestones to match, I'm right here. Feel free to get in touch with me, same email, raise your hand and say, hey, listen, here I am, help me. If this is a now situation and you're ready right now to enter into a coaching relationship where you have the ability to pay for your coaching, your teaching, your training, you may text COACHME to 321-443-2495. You're texting COACHME, and you will be responded to and guided in how to move forward. I look forward to working with you. I am Melikia K. Courtney in the poetry streets, Lady Molotov, and I'll be back to feature a little bit more next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. In the meantime, go binge SXP MetaMorphosis 365. Subscribe. Bye.